Hey everyone, Amanda Fitzgerald here, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia, and I'm running late. So usually I go live 8:30 on a Friday night, but I'm running a bit behind tonight. Dinner has taken longer, and anyway, I am here. I'm just gonna, I think. Yeah, that. Okay, so hopefully I've still got some bit of a ruffle in my. I still have not had chance to figure out my new mic, but hopefully you can hear me all right. You probably can hear the aircon on, but we'll see how we go. But I have been playing. I was playing a little bit this afternoon. With some masks. So I'm loving masks at the moment. Yeah, but what I thought I would show you, and I hope that I have got them here. So if you like, I'm just gonna see if I can get this screen up so that I can get comments while everyone's jumping on. So hopefully everyone finds me okay. Yeah, I think if I just okay. Right, now I've got comments. So, hello Deborah, that was awesome. You said hello and I was trying to figure out whether I got comments, but I do. Yeah, so I am running a bit late. Usually I do say hello with my face and all that, but I thought we'd just get straight into card making. However, there is a huge sale on at the moment, and I've actually never seen prices as good as they are at the moment. So currently this catalogue and this catalogue is coming to an end. I've just dropped some of my things, my cardstock. So when catalogues are coming to an end, usually when, not always, but when they are retiring products, they put them on sale. So not all the things that are discontinuing are on sale, but there is a huge, and I haven't actually even brought in the other ones, but that's okay. We will make do with what we've got, because I am still in between classrooms, and you probably hear me say that for a long time. Hello, Angela. Yes, so anyway, there is huge sales. There's up to I'd say up to 60%, but I think there's even more than that online. So if you are a demonstrator, because I can see a lovely couple of demonstrators that are joining me now, which thank you. If you're a demonstrator, you get your discount on top of these discounts. So that's one of the awesome perks of being a demonstrator. But yeah, the one that I'm using tonight, the one that I'm creating with tonight is one of my favourites. But I thought I would create with it because, now let me see if I can find it. It's called Enduring Beauty. Here we go, that was pretty lucky. So it is somewhere here. I think it's on this page. It's this one here. It's actually hard to see it. I've actually gone through my catalogue because look at all the discounts. So I went through the my catalogue. Hey Martha, how are you? And then I jumped online just to see how much they're discounted by. So this one I'm creating with tonight, the stamp set was $35. Hey Marnie, how are you? Nice to see you. So it was $35. It's now down to $17.50. So that is an awesome buy, and it is a huge stamp. As you can see, I was going to say huge stamp set. My goodies arrived today. Oh, cool. So glad you got them. Oh, speaking of goodies, I have a new glue holder. I have a new colour on the block. So a lot of people have been asking me for pink. So I finally found a pink. So it's called Fuchsia. Hey Gail, how are you? I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, it's a shade of pink. It's kind of like a hot pink. So there's the pink and the purple next to each other. Yeah, so I've got them ones. These two here are $15 each. And I also have a few of these ones left. So I remember I think I've got about 4 left from memory. I did since going to On Stage, we did the special pen holder one. So this is my On Stage pen that I got from On Stage. So I thought, oh look, it's a nice green. So this is the tricolour one, but it has the green at the front. So I thought it looked awesome with my new On Stage pen, so we made that one as well. So they're limited edition. I don't have many of those left, but I still have a few. So they're $15 as well. So they're a bargain because you get the pen holder as well. But yeah, I'm really excited about my new colour. So who likes the new pink? It's pretty cool, hey? So if you're interested in any glue holders, let me know. And I can get them out to you. I can fit about 4 of these to one postage satchel. I never can get that name right. The $11.30. Anywhere in Australia I can fit up to 4 of these in, and then if not it steps up because some people have been buying them for gifts and that too, or getting a few people together and buying a whole heap of them. I can fit up to 9, I think I've now realised, in a, I've got some glue at the bottom of this one because I've been using it so much. Yeah, I can fit up to 9 in the medium satchel, which is, I think it's $15.30. But anyway, let me know and I can give you a postage cost and all that. But it is good to get them with other people if you need postage. Yeah, so I've got some pretty cool colours. And if you wanted to see the colours, also let me know and I can show you the colours as well. Oh, hey Kathleen, how are you? And I'm leaning on the table, which I shouldn't be because it'll wiggle everywhere. Hey Angela, how are you? Hi Robin, how are you? Kathleen and Marnie said the pink is lovely. Yes, it is pretty cool. All right, now, as I was saying, Enduring Beauty. Now, all these products that are discounted, so if you haven't already, jump online and go to, if you're a customer, jump online and go to specials and then go to last chance sale. It's a little bit different if you're a demonstrator. I can't remember where you find it. Somewhere there. Yeah, huge discounts. So this one is down to $17.50 from $35. The dies, the coordinating dies with it, are down from, so they were normally $46, they're down to $18.40. And then these masks that I'm using, these ones here, I love masks, so I used some last week as well, but this is a beautiful mask, this flower. They were $21.75 and they're down to $8.70. So this whole set, what is it? I don't know, $17.50, $18.40 and $8.70. I can't, well, that's cheap. It's probably about $40, is it? No, it's a bit more than that, isn't it? Anyway, it's definitely under 50. About $50 you get stamp set, dies and a mask. So let's see what we can create. Now I've just put them all out of order. 3, 4, oh, there's 5. What have I done here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. So let me show you how these masks work. Okay. All right. Yeah, and there is heaps more. Now I did actually want to get a couple of more out. I was actually, because the set, I actually need a happy birthday, and I don't have a happy birthday here, but that's okay. I won't run away and leave use. I won't run away to my lounge room. But there was a couple more that I saw that were awesome for happy birthday. But anyway, have a flick through. Look, you can see even from my catalogue all the ones that are discounted. Like, it's just, honestly, the Cheerful Daisies, that's down to $35.20, and the dies are also discounted. Yeah, like the sales are just amazing. This one I put on my page today. I love this one. I have made lots of mail cards with this one. So this one's called Tune In. So the stamp set's down like $35 down to $24.20, and then the dies are $46 down to $27.60. So that's a really good buy as well. The Attention Shoppers, that one's down to $21 and the dies are $25. Yeah, I know. I'm having so much trouble with my sound. Like I say, I bought a microphone. I must find time on the weekend to figure it out. Yeah, and it could also be the fact that I have the aircon on in this room. It's only a little room. Yeah, so there is, oh, this one here, I bought this one for notebooks and that, and well, actually the punch is continuing, but the dies, this die that does these little notepad things, keeping tabs it's called, that die is down to $8.40, and then the stamp set's $23.80. So like the buys are amazing. There you go. The specials are amazing, that's what I meant to say. Even this one was really popular. I actually never bought this one, so it's actually folded. I've got a few folded. The Country Birdhouse, so 40% off. It's down to $21. I don't know how much it was originally. Anyway, just make sure, now I did see someone else post this on their page, make sure that when you're shopping the last chance sale, you don't buy bundles. Especially if they're on special. So there's some stuff that's not on special, but it is retiring. But if you're, anyway, you're best to look through that last chance sale online, and then you can't go wrong. But the stamp set and dies, you're best to buy separately. So yeah, the stamp set's $21, and then the dies are 30% off at $39.20. So that's a really good one there as well. Really, there's heaps. I could go on. Actually, this was the one I was going to bring in tonight for happy birthday. It's got a really nice happy birthday sentiment. But that one's down 40% off at $26.50. It's really nice, this one. And then the dies, you've got like a really thin love heart and the word friend, which works nice with the stamp set. And that's 40% off at $36. The paper is not retired, but it's pretty cool paper, I must admit. Yeah, the Country Birdhouse. I know, and I never bought it. So anyway, like I say, my page is folded. I am doing some shopping over the weekend, so I've got quite a few wish lists there. In fact, that one doesn't need to be folded because that was just one I wanted to show you tonight. But yes, I'm going to have to just see what I wanted to buy. Yeah, that will be the yeah, and also this catalogue. I haven't had a chance to go through this one yet to see what's going, but like I say, there is lots and lots online. Alright, so I have actually stamped this in Memento Black ink. So that's on very vanilla, but we will also stamp one on some basic white as well. So I'll just get that there. And we'll get, I have got a bit of a mess happening. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. Angela says she loves it there. The birdhouse was beautiful. Now it's discounted. Any sets you are sad to see going? Yeah, there is some sets that I am sad to see going. This one in particular, the Enduring Beauty that I'm playing with tonight, I'm a little bit sad that that one's going. I'm actually sad that, you know, the other one that I really loved was, and this is probably my other one, is, but I think it's been around for a little while, so, but grab this one if you like it. 75, Crafting with You. It's on the page again here. No. They're just such a bargain. This one, Crafting with You, which has got actually the embossing machine. It's a great one for crafters. It's got the knitting, the wool, the sewing machine, like the, what do you call that thing? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, for an artist, I can't think what it's called. And I love the saying, life is better when you're crafting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the dies to match, like it's got scissors and little spools of cotton, a ruler, the actual paper trimmer, which is super cool. The sewing machine that you can die cut out, the wool. Yeah, I've loved that one. So I am a little bit sad to see that one going. And the Beach Day. I love that one for scrapbooking. So that one's discounted as well. So many. There is a lot going this time, so it's worth to jump on. Worth it to jump on if you had a wish list for these catalogues. Now jump on because you might be able to get what you had on your wish list. Easel. That's it. Thank you, Angela and Marnie. you might be able to get what was on your wish list discounted. So that's a bonus. Right, so I'm just inking this one up. Now, maybe this is not, oh, that's the more one I've got to re-ink. I put that down and picked it back up again. Easy. Okay. Alright, so we'll just ink this up. Like that. It's not that great actually. I must put some ink back in mine. You can buy a refill. You can buy a refill for your memento. Yeah, and I have one. I've just got to remember to. I always forget to refill it. You go away and you think, I must refill that before I use it again. Famous last words. Alright, so we'll just, actually what I might do, rather than putting all that ink, you just do that. And then we'll give it a bit of a clean. Okay. So this is fun. I love masking. Alright, that's what I'm sad to see. Go. So on the back I just put a little bit of tearing tape. Now everyone does this different. This is how Amanda does it. So I just put a bit of that. We'll put that way. Could have just turned the sheet, couldn't I? Okay, now. So I want to do, I've actually got one to the side, but I won't show you the completed one yet. You can watch it fill red. I want to do a red, black and white card tonight for someone that I know will just love it. And I actually haven't done a flower in red for a very long time. So I've got my blending brush. So I've got my red blending brush and my real red ink pad. And I couldn't think where I put these. Now these are numbered. I think I did this last week actually, masking, I can't remember. Stencils, masks, whatever you want to call them, Stampin' Up refers to them as masks. So if you're looking for them, that's what they're called. So they have numbers on them, and when they're the right way up, it is just a little bit raised, the number. So then you know which one to use first. So we'll go number 1 first, and then it's just a matter of just finding where it fits around those flowers, and it fits perfectly just there. When you find that, just grab a little pencil. Not everybody does this, but you can just use this notch. See down here, I've got a notch that I've just drew around, and I've done that really crappily actually. Is that a word, crappily? Is now. Yeah. Anyway, you just draw around that notch, and that way you can use that as a guidance. So then we just grab our real red ink, and I always, well, you can see actually here because I've got my sheet here. I put some on my brush and I just rub a little bit off, and then we just blend it on the card, on the picture. So I will do that quite heavy because, like I said, I wanted a red card. So you can do as little or as more as you want. So that's that one. So there we go. I must admit, I pulled that off today and went, wow, I like that. Actually, I'll leave that red open. Usually when I leave the stamp paper, I get in a mess. So our next one, we're going to use the olive green. So again, I just get some on my brush and rub some off, because otherwise you might end up with a big blob, and you might not like where the big blob is. So that one I've just put back into my notch and lined up my leaves, and we'll colour those leaves in. There we go. So there's that one there, over there. Then our next one is back to the flowers again. So we will line that one up. And because I had that other piece stuck down, I can always line it up. Okay. So that's it there. And we'll get a bit more red. There's our bit more red, just for a bit more, it puts a bit more depth if you want to say into your flower. And then we've got number 4, which is back to our green. And I'm just going to use the old olive again and just pick up a little bit more than we did before. There we go. And then I can put on there. It looks alright. So then I'll just colour that in. Beautiful. And then now this last one, now I'll show you. I'll show you the difference actually. The last one, the last mask is basically these here, that the stamp, you can actually see it on this one, the stamp actually puts a black centre in for you. So this last one, which you can use it still, but when it works good, so you can actually just buy the mask of this product. So if you were just to buy the mask and you didn't stamp first, then you could use this for the inside of your flowers to make them a different colour. I did do it on my other one. So I've got one here. So these are my two over there. There they are there. So you can see this one here. See how I've just done that inside? You can see those extra little bits, and then I haven't done it with the one we just did there. So these are 2 flowers. Pretty cool, hey? Alright, so now we've got them. I just rip this off and I just make sure you don't rip your card. It comes off pretty easy. There we go. So there's 2 of those. Now, what I was going to do with them is, first off I'm going to have a drink of my Macca's coffee, chai latte. Dead giveaway for the dinner, hey? Alright, so now we're going to use, now I'm just trying to think, where's my trimmer? It's under all this stuff here. Of course it is. So we'll do a real red base. So I'm going to do it open a new packet. Onto a new packet of real red. Who loves opening a new packet of something? Exciting. Alright, so we'll just get that one out. Right. So we'll cut that one down the centre at 10.5. And then I just use the top of my trimmer just to hold it there. And then fold it. Put that back in there, and we'll put that in there as well, why not? It will fit. There we go. Okay, so we've got that base, and we'll just use our bone folder. Okay, so we'll have that one, and then we'll have, oh sorry, I just hit my camera. You've got to have black. You've got to have black with red, hey? I think so anyway. So we'll get some black, and we'll do that one at 10 centimetres. Oh, that didn't cut very good. What happened there? 10 centimetres by 14.4. Oops. And then that's going to go on there. And then I thought we will use an embossing folder. Now, I actually had, what embossing folder? I actually thought I brought another one in. I've got quite a few here, but I think we might use this one. So I've got the layered florals. I don't know if this one's on. Let me have a quick look. Let me see if it's in if it's discontinued. I want to tell you if it's discontinued because you want to jump on and get these ones, because if there's anything that you like, it's only while stocks last. So Yeah, there you go. So it is on the last chance list. So this one's normally $19.25 and it's now $15.40. Now remember, I actually have had a couple of customers shop and they've got the new Stampin' Rewards program. So make sure that you're opting into that new Stampin' Rewards program. So basically now when you shop, Stampin' Up have it like a loyalty program for everyone. So what that means is as soon as you spend $35 without shipping, so $35, you'll get 10% back to spend on your next order. So if you spend $50, you've got $5 there to take off your next order, or you can save it up and go on a little shopping spree. So if you spend $100, then you get $10. So it's really cool to get that ongoing discount, because it used to be you'd have to hit $250, but now it's as low as $35. So it's an added bonus. So just make sure you're opting into that. It's easy once you sign into your website. Next time you sign in, it'll come up with a little notice, and then just accept the terms and conditions and that. Basically, the terms and conditions, they'll probably email you to let you know about expiring and all of that kind of stuff. So you want to know that information. But it's up to you. You can opt out, but I mean, who doesn't want to get some free money to spend on craft? Just saying. So that one is retiring too. So let's open that up. Get that one out. And we'll do this in white. Now, I'm going to try and bring my embossing machine in. Here we go. Let's see how we go. Put that over there. Okay. Now, I've just got to find... I got my machine, but do you think I can find my 3D embossing plate? Hang on a minute. I found it, guys. See, it's grey. You think it would stand out a bit. There we go. So now I must check whether it is 3D. I think it is. Yes, 3D. So all you really need is your grey one. Here. Now I haven't cut a piece of. So we'll just cut a piece of basic white, which is here. Just stuck my finger in. All good. So we're going to cut this to size first. So the size of the basic white I'm doing is turn that thing that way. We'll do it 9.5 centimetres by 13.9. Now I cut that first. I cut that first because you don't want to cut it after you do it, because it will probably flatten some of your emboss. You don't want to do that. So we'll put that like that in there with our number 4 plate, and then we'll just roll that through. And then what we'll also do is we'll put that aside, and I'll show you what that one looks like in a second. And then I'll grab I can't do without my magnetic plate. So this is from another company. But anyway, so we're going to actually use the dies. So in here, so in the dies you get 10 dies as well too. Yep, 10 dies. So you get the big one, and you get another sentiment one and some different detail ones as well. So we'll just put this on here. Like that. Don't worry about all those crackling sounds. Sorry if you're wearing headphones and that. That's probably an awful sound. Then we'll do one more. What did you think about it? Have you got this one? I mean, you might already have this one, but I just wanted to let you know how cheap it was. And if you don't have it, but yeah, the flowers come out so nice. So there is the other one. Okay. I'll just chuck all that there because that's what I'm good at. Okay, well, no work on the floor. Okay, so if we bring back our card, we've got this one and that one. Now, okay, so we'll glue this one down. I did bring some. Actually, I won't glue that. Oh no, I can glue this one down. I'm going to glue this one down. Do I? Don't I? Do I? Don't I? Okay. Yep. So it's going to go there, like that. Now I did bring in my favourite linen thread. I always use my linen thread, so we'll keep that. Now with our piece that we embossed, so there it is there, how pretty is that? That's a really nice embossing folder. So with that, that's going to go on here. But what I'm going to do first is, I'm just going to put that one there and that one there. So we'll put a bit of glue on that. I had some notes written on the back of that. So, yeah, I was doing something today and I hadn't, you would think you would be short of paper in a craft room, but I was. So I used that. So I've just put them on there and I'll just let that dry just a little bit. Have a bit of my try again. Beautiful. And then we'll grab some paper snips. Whoop, not that one. Okay. And I'll just turn it upside down and then we'll cut these flowers. Now I'm going to cut straight because I can use this on another card somewhere. Like that. There we go. And then that turns out like that. And then what we might do is we're actually going to hang on a minute. So then we want some twine around this one. So what I'll do is I'll grab my tear and tape again, and I'm actually going to just put that there. Now these would be great for Mother's Day, Happy Birthday, obviously what I need to do tonight. Even sympathy cards or thank you cards, anything really. Yeah. So I'll just chop that off and pick it up and then put that one on the back. So that's that done. And then with my twine, I use quite a few turns around my fingers there and just hold that together and chop it off, chop another piece. And then I just tie a knot, and usually this is where I need to use my third hand, which is my mouth, just to tie it in the middle there. Yep. And then just give it a wiggle and pull those ones behind. Now if you want to get, just use your bone folder and that will, you give it, straighten it out a bit. I'm going to chop a lot of that off. Excuse me. There we go. So we'll just so it's just a matter of just putting a little bit of, that's it, and that's going to go there with the blue dot. So I just grab my blue dot and put it on there. Just like that. And then we need a happy birthday. So I'm actually going to, I'm going to this weekend as well. I'm making some Mother's Day cards for Westmead Children's Hospital. Just as little card kits. So I've got these on my desk ready because I'm going to use some of the Happy Mother's Day out of these ones. But we'll just see if we can find a happy birthday. Now, is that happy birthday going to work? Probably not. Let's have a look. We've got this one here. So these are ephemera packs. So these aren't in the last chance sale, but they're very handy. No, that one doesn't go. That's a big happy birthday. Oh, best wishes. That's nice. There's a big happy birthday. There's a big thanks, but there's a nice little best wishes here. That works. Yeah, we'll go with that one. They look like poppies. Yeah, they do, don't they? Oh, I don't know what they are, but they do, yes. So then we're going to put probably that there. Or do I want it over there? No, I think I'm going to put it there. So we'll mount that on, actually we won't mount that, we're going to just glue that. Oops. Nope, that needs a little bit more glue because it's going over a couple of layers. That's it. Okay, and then on the back I'm actually going to use the foam adhesive sheet. So I'm just going to cut. Oops. And otherwise I'd be using a hell of a lot. Not that I mind using dimensionals. This is quicker. It's quicker and I don't have to do as many, place them, and I don't end up with like a sinking in the middle, my card sinking in the middle. So I just take the backing off this. Yep. There you go. How nice is that? And then we just get a middle. Amanda always has these middles pre-cut at 10 centimetres. Now what you could actually do too is you could place one of these on here. I wonder if that one would be nice. That works good. So we'll just get some glue. In fact, you could actually do for this card one there. Oops. And one there. How nice is that for the inside of the card? That's sweet. Now I have had a couple of people ask me about joining because they want to do an order, and I always say to people, if you're thinking about doing an order and it's around that $169, that's all it costs to actually join. And a lot of people have said, like with the last chance sale, like they've got a lot of things that they would like. And you get to spend $230, so you get to pick $235 worth of product and you get it for $169. So yeah, people are actually even thinking about joining as well and getting those deals. How cool is that? So then we get that one put in there, and I usually like to use another adhesive for that. So there we go, I've got my birthday card all ready for tomorrow. I really like that. Yeah, but you can do them in all different colours. I actually had Flirty Flamingo out tonight, and I was actually going to do, do you want me to do another one? I can do another one. Would you like to see it in the Highland Heather and the Gorgeous Grey? Let's do one more, hey? And I'm actually I was thinking of doing that one with the Early Espresso. So there's that one. Put that over there. So this one we will, now just to clean it off, I usually put them upside down the string. And I've just got a baby wipe. And I just, because you've got to be careful that you don't wreck any of the parts. So I push that down into my chamois, and then I turn it over and give it a wipe as well, but just always being careful of your little bits, because you don't want to rip them, because then the detail won't be there for the flower. So when you've got the little bits, do more of a dabbing technique. I'm probably shaking the whole camera now. Now the other thing, instead of chamois, you could use, if you've bought one of the glass mats, you get quite a good chamois in there that you can do this with, because you don't want to, not everybody has baby wipes, and you don't want to be using baby wipes all the time, but I can't find mine at the moment. So baby wipes it is, because I can find them. Okay. So it is handy when you're doing this probably to do a couple of the same colour, like I did, like 2 flowers. And that way you don't have to keep cleaning it. But you've got to clean it. Definitely clean it after you finish using it. But you clearly clean it after each colour as well. Looking good. Whoops. So we'll just grab this back again and get my Stampin' Pierce mat. And we're going to use Berry Vanilla this time. So we'll actually stamp on some Berry Vanilla. And we're going to use Early Espresso instead of Memento Black. Just to show you how you can do the outline in a different colour. I also had Basic Grey to do the outline as well. Sometimes I like using Basic Grey. So there we go. We'll get that one clean. And then we will start off with our first one. Oh, I haven't. Just we'll get that out of there. And we'll get a little bit of tearing tape. And I'll just cut that down. to take off my finger. There we go. And then we line it up and get our pencil. I don't know what I've done with my pencil. I should have it in my pen holder, but I've got a pen in my pen holder. Doesn't matter, we'll use pen, doesn't matter. Okay, so we just find out where it is. Now, sometimes when I... Sorry guys, my phone is flat. So I'll just plug my phone in there, and then I'll have to plug my light in here. Apologies. Okay. Now, I got everything happening again. I put everything on my keyboard. Okay. Now, put the coffee out of the way. Now, did I? Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got to cross this notch out. That's going to confuse me. Okay. All right. Now, that notch is right. Okay. So now we'll grab. Just any scrap paper does for your cleaning off, and we've got our purples, and we'll have to get our old olive back again. Okay, we will do Highland Heather first. I'll just find my purple. That's brown. There's purple. So I'll just take some of that, anything that's on my brush, because like I have my brushes like purples, reds, blues, whatever. So there's that one. And whoop, oh, just moved it. So we'll give that. There we go. So pretty. That's that one. And then we go on to our leaves. So we'll grab our green back again. And I've always been using old olive, so we don't need to clean that off as much. So we will line that one up. There we go. There we go. And then we've got our flower again, so we'll go back to the purple. Oh, no, this one we'll use the Highland Heather. I mean the Gorgeous Grape. Now this one's a lot darker, so I've just coloured to taken some of that off, and I'll line that one up. Whoop. Kind of smudge that one. You can only just notice it. There we go. And then we've got our leaves again. There we go. How pretty is that? So that's, you've got that. Green and purple back. So we'll take that off. I won't bring my machine back in, but I'll just use the die and chop that out. And then I will do another one of this, the embossing folder. And I'll show you something different this time. So I'm going to chop this out. I'm going to get another piece of berry vanilla in that. Now, what I'm going to do with the Very Vanilla piece is I'll show you. I'm just going to quickly run this one through. And I haven't got my other plate here yet. There's that one. And then this one is going to be cut at 9.5 centimetres. And then 13.9. And actually I'm going to cut it at 13.4. Actually, I might even just cut it at 12. Cut it at 12. Yep, and then we're going to cut it at 4 centimetres. 4 centimetres again. And I'm going to run these through the cut and emboss machine in that embossing folder. Like this. So I run it through the embossing folder, something I prepared earlier, and then we've got all those pieces like that. And then we want, there's our other piece, so we will have a base now of Highland Heather. So I think I've got a piece here that that. So there's our Highland Heather piece, and then we will get a piece of Gorgeous Grape and cut that one at 10 centimetres and 14.4. That's going to go there, and then I'm thinking like that. I just didn't know whether the other piece needed to be embossed. No, I think that's nice. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's nice. So let's glue this one down. And then we'll glue these ones down. I'll glue the bottom one down here, and then I can figure out where I want to set on. Okay. And then we will mount the other one up. Where's my mounting tape now? So on the back of here, I'll just put some pieces. Whoops. There we go. Okay. And then for the sentiment for that one, we might go back to our pieces, because I do need a thank you, but I just don't know whether. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah. I'll actually, yeah. So I'm going to put some glue on that. And just lined up with the edges there. So there we go. There's our 2 cards. It's pretty, isn't it? That purple one. I need it inside. Hang on a minute. There we go. There we go. Our 2 cards. And all my nests. So there, look, quite pretty. I'm quite proud of them. Well, there you go. Well, thank you for hanging around. But like I say, check out the last chance sale. Warning, warning, amazing prices only while stocks last. So jump in so you're not disappointed when something you wanted's gone, especially when they're so cheap. Yeah, and if you need any help at all, please reach out. I'm happy to help in any way I can. All right, I shall see you all soon. Thanks, bye.